Shalom, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Habakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and salutation to you, Akim, that's pushing this truth and truth sincerity. I don't know what I'm going to title this lesson, but, I've been doing a couple videos about prophecy, and now I watched this video early in the morning when I was going to work from Apostle Jahar. His page is called GMS Declaring the End. He titled this video, Stay Away from Grimy Ninjas, and that includes your family. So I'm going to do a lesson along the lines of the reality of your family when it comes to this truth. All right, so I'm going to play a clip from Apostle Jahar in a minute, but let's get this one right quick. All right, this is Luke chapter 14, verses 25. It says, discipleship tested. And there went great multitudes with him, and he turned and said unto them, if any man come to me and hate not his father and his mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. People read that, they don't look up the definition of words. Let's look up this word hate in the blue letter. So this definition, let me play this right quick.
Strong's G 3404, Messiah.
Now Maseo. Now you go to the bottom, it'll say to hate, pursue with hatred, detest, to be hated, detest. But the true definition is in the Strong's definition. As you can see, to love less. So you're supposed to love your family less than Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Here it is, the Lord woke you up in particular to get this truth. Who knows about your family? All right. Now, some brothers, they might have a sibling that is in the truth. We have examples of that. But for the most part, you're most likely the only one in your family who's going to wake up to this truth. All right. We'll see what happens later, how the Lord plays out these situations. But you're supposed to love your family members less compared to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh created Yahweh Shai, and then in turn, Yahweh Shai created you. So who are you supposed to love more? All right. So let's go to the next set of scriptures. I just got these queued up. This is bear with me for a sec. Now, Apostle Tahar in the lesson mentioned, all right, about the brotherhood. This is Psalms 133:1, a song of decrees of David. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. And this ain't talking about your brother that's in the world right now, that's just in the world and influenced by these different philosophies and doing everything that's against the scriptures. It's talking about the brethren who are in this truth. I just had me and the priest, Zachariah, we had the opportunity and a blessing to have a brother stay over with us. We had the brother from the GMS Rochester camp. All right, we chopped it up after camp. We went bowling. We did our thing, man. And more brothers came. It was beautiful. It was a really good time. All right, and then the next day before the Sabbath came in, we went to go work out and chilled out. When you hang around with the brothers, man, you feel like you're in the kingdom of heaven, even though you're in the midst of hell, and you don't want to leave brothers. We got to go work or do your business or whatever, but it hurts to just leave brothers, man, when you've been vibing out with a brother the whole weekend, especially brothers that come into town, but more especially the brothers that you've been laboring with for however long you've been in the truth. All right? How pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity, because brothers are held to a higher standard. They're not held to the standards of this world. Your actual brother will sleep with your woman. Your brother will take money from your wallet and speak all types of manner of evil against you. All right? These family members, man, they're not in the truth. So you got to consider it like, hey, the scriptures do say honor your father and mother, of course. But you got to be in the spirit of Mark 3:31. This is Mark, the 3rd chapter, starting at verse 31. Then came his brethren and his mother, and standing without, sent unto him, calling him. And the multitude sat about him, and they said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren without seek for thee. And he answered them, saying, Who is my mother or my brethren? And he looked round about on them which sat about him, and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of the Most High, the same as my brother and my sister and my mother. So these brothers, you might have known. You just run into a brother. And like, say if you have a brother that visits, you might have known, like, you've known that brother for years. I remember when I first came to a camp. There's some brothers I feel like I've known for years, and they live in different states. There's some brothers I feel like I've known for years, and they're in my camp. That's your family members, all right. Your family members in the world, they don't understand what's going on. They think you preaching hate. They hate white folks. He always reading the Bible. He don't eat pork. He don't come to the family reunions. Those who do the will of the Lord, that's your family. Like the elder brother Jeremiah from the GMS Chiefs was taught, the elder brother from the Chicago camp. Your family members, man, they're just relatives, man. All right, they're just somebody who's related to you on this side. And if you receive the teachings of reincarnation, you've had many family members in your lives. All right, so it's not something to get all uptight about. All right, and we come into some serious times where your family might start telling on you, man. All right, they might get an inclination of what you're doing. We all come into the point in the truth where we get that overzealous spirit. You want to tell your mother, your father, you want to tell your cousins, this, that, and the third, man. We come into a time where people are going to start telling. So it's best to just keep quiet. Let's go to Amos 5. I think it's like 13. Amos 5 and 13. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. It's time to be circumspect with what you say in your speech. If you do deal with your father and your mother, do it according to the scriptures, man. Ain't no time. We ain't no time to be busting your family over the head with precepts. If it's meant for them, then that's the Lord's will. The Lord will wake them up in due time. All right. So we got to be circumspect out here because the persecution is coming. This is I think it's Luke 21. Luke 21 and 12. But before all these, they shall lay hands on you and persecute you. Amalek, all right? These guys like Vocab Malone, these guys are set up to persecute us, man. All right? The SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center. These different organizations are set up to persecute us. It says, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons. This is a chance that you might go to prison. It's a chance that we might go to prison for this truth, man. Being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before you shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So the Lord is going to give us a spirit if we're in that position in that day. Some of us might be in a concentration camp, ready for the Lord to give us the spiritual power so we can bust out and get the members of his elect out of these particular concentration camps, right? Continuing on, it says, and you shall be betrayed both by parents, especially in these times, man. We come into times of famine, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, all right, all types of plagues, and people don't have the stability of the scriptures that you have, all right? Your father and your mother aren't sitting down here doing lessons and praying to Yahweh Shemel Shai, all right? So beware of your parents, all right? That doesn't mean you go around cussing your parents out like Esau be doing to his parents. You honor your father and your mother, but hey, man, if you watch that video from Apostle Hart, man, you keep a distance from your family members, man. You might have to go see your father, your mother, see how they doing, check up on them. Apostle Hart did a beautiful lesson about 3 years ago, make peace with your father. All right, you don't want to be in that Biggie Smalls effeminate spirit where you're cussing out your father. That's against the scriptures. All right, so you got to conduct yourself like a man of the Lord when you do deal with your parents. But keep in mind, your parents are in the world. They don't know what's going on. All right, it said they might just be trying to, they might just try to call the authorities on you because something's wrong with that boy. You know, we got to give him some help. That type. All right. And you shall be betrayed. And you shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends. And some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Luke 21:17. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. And hey, you got to have that spirit to know that these people hate you, man. All right. The scriptures say in 1 John 3:13, marvel not if the world hate you. All right. So you got to get it through your head, coming into this truth, that you're not going to be liked by the greater majority of people. What's that saying? Loved by few, hated by many. Well, that's the truth. That's the case in this truth. You're loved by a few good men, which is the brothers, and you're hated by the world. All right. The scriptures say wisdom make a man's face to shine. All right. So I'm gonna play this clip right quick from Apostle Hard. And hey, I would say watch this video. You young brothers, man, watch this video, man. You know, this video is golden from Apostle Hard, man. He let you know this man, Apostle Hard, been in the truth going on 40 years. So you don't think he doesn't know about how to deal with family members in the truth, man? So I'm gonna play this right quick.
I got some flowers. Well, nigga, why don't you give her the flowers when she was alive? But I'm going to say this again. Don't be going to no family reunions. Now, if you want to go, you go. Because I can just picture Vocab, the infamous Vocab Malone said to Elder to Apostle Tahar, said that don't be around your family at all. Don't even go to reunions. Don't go to their funerals, nothing like that.
And I wouldn't go to a funeral or a family reunion, man. All right? I'm going to bring out this scripture. All right? What was that at, man? 1 Peter 4:4. All right? I wouldn't go to a family reunion, man. All right? Last time I went to one, it was a year before I came into the faith, man. All right? Last time it was on my mother's side, and it was just all types of degeneracy. It's usually your mother's side who got the worst side of the family. I'm just keeping it a buck. All right. This is 1 Peter 4 and 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, getting belligerently drunk, revelings, just tearing the streets up, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. You know, you come into the faith, man, you're not going to have friends from the world no more, man. Are they going to try to call you back? A personal testimony, some guy that I used to know, maybe last year, he tried to recruit me, man. And I knew it was Satan, man. All right, he's like, he hit me up on an email because that's the only thing he got from me, man. All he got is my old email from back in the day, and he was like, I need some soldiers. Let's link up. But, dude, I'm a soldier of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. All right, these people speak evil of you because you're not doing the same wickedness, all right, and all types of manner of fuckery. Excuse my Brazilian Portuguese that they're doing now. And when you run into these people, I'm gonna give you words of advice. When you run into these people, man, just play the part. You might run into your ex-homeboy, but yeah, man, you know, butter these people up, man. You know, be like, hey, let me get your number, man. You know, get the number and then delete it, all right, or block their number, because these people are of the world, man. They're not studying these precepts, man. They're not doing lessons. They're not fellowshipping. They're not going out to the highways and byways and presenting their body a living sacrifice. So they're gonna be talking trash against you. Yeah, he in that black Hebrew Israelite thing, man. All he want to do is read the Bible. He don't eat pork no more. You know, he don't sleep with the next man's woman. He don't steal. He don't kill. He ain't gang banging. He ain't getting tattoos and lineups no more. So they're gonna speak evil of you, man. Just prepare that for, you know, younger brothers that's coming to the walk, man. Be prepared for people to run their mouth on you, man. Maybe even tell, because we're in them times, man. We at the end of this thing. All right, people are desperate. I was watching a lesson, not to be too long-winded, from Elder Zahab out of the Mississippi camp. The name of his page is called Spirit Wind Judah, and he talked about when shit hits the fan, excuse my Brazilian Portuguese once again, when shit hits the fan, you're gonna see the true nature of these people. So you don't know about your father and your mother if they're still alive, or your family members or your ex homeboys, man. They're gonna be in some desperate situations. There's gonna be a lack of bread out here, and if they can tell on you to get some more points on their chip, then they'll do it. All right. So I'm gonna get off on this last scripture. This goes for friends as well, man. It's in your best. That it's up to the individual spirit, but just what Apostle Hart said, man. Look, man, stay away from these grimy ninjas, and that includes your family. I'm gonna say that includes your friends from back in the day too, because you remember the same grimy stuff that you were doing. I remember the same grimy stuff that I was doing, but you know what? The scriptures say we're new men, and people hate that you're changed. Even in the world, when people, like, say for instance, you was hanging around a bad crowd and you became an entrepreneur, they're gonna be speaking bad about you. Oh, he don't want to spend time with us. He think he better than us. That type of talk that's going around with these people, man. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners, and that's people in the world. All right, because 9 times out of 10, your friend grew up in black culture, all right, or Latino culture, and it's just not good for your growth as a man in this truth. So, like I always say, man, watch the original video. It's sort of like a response, but I'm probably going to title this lesson, The Reality of Your Family and Friends That Aren't in This Truth. All right, so Lord willing, you're edified. And, hey, man, that's what we got the brotherhood for, man, to build us up for the times at hand. All right, with that, I want to say shalom.